So one last thing I want to show you is the colors library. And that is, last time we talked about the readlib that I made. This time let me show you the colors library. And you can get that off GitHub as well. So the colors library has the ability to do colors, obviously, but it does other things as well, like allowing you to read mouse inputs in PuTTY, which is weird. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. So let me run you through a quick 10-minute tutorial on the colors library. Okay. So the most basic thing you can do is just echo red and then say hi, say inline. And if you do that, it changes the color of your text to be red. But unfortunately, it changes it permanently. So if you want to reset your color back, which you should always do, you can do that. Or even better, do it immediately back. Then you don't get stuck with permanently red text anymore. Okay. And so which colors are available? There is red, there's green, blue, bold, green, bold blue, cyan, or cyan, I've heard some people call it, blue. Okay, so there's some just built-in colors that you can just use, and there you go. Yeah, got some nice colors, and that's fine for like basic stuff. Like the G++ compiler now uses colors. When you get an error message, the G++ compiler will echo red or white or whatever and change the color. So one of the things that sounds, if let's calculate reflection light, yeah. Okay. So that's the basic usage. I don't really use, I guess I still use it, but when I discovered that you could do 256 reds, greens, and blues in PuTTY, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. Let's do that. So rather than just being hard-coded into a set of 16 colors you have to pick from, as we have been since the 1970s, in recent years, people have actually allowed millions of colors in the terminal, and that's cool. So you can do something like this. Set color, 100, 121, 200, I don't even know what color that is. This sets the font color, and then you can set the background color, set BG color to be 255, 255, 255, so that's white. And then if you see out hello, then you've got a background color of white and a foreground color of like some sort of periwinkle. Okay, so you can pick from all 16 million colors, however you want, for both the foreground and the background, and it looks pretty cool. And I, in fact, use this to make an image viewer, public Sadie, public Kyoto, that, and that's actually rendering an image in the terminal. And if you turn your font size down small enough, it actually renders it pixel perfect inside of PuTTY. So, can you use this to do a 3D rendering engine? Yes, you can. In fact, at the end of spring, can we do that image viewer as an assignment? Sure. It'd be fun. At the end of spring of this year, we implemented a 3D renderer in class. We had 2 hours, because back then IS50B was 2 hours long instead of 1 hour, just due to the way the class is formatted. And so every Friday it was 2 hours every Friday. And instead you guys get an hour on Tuesday and an hour on Thursday. So in one class we made a 3D rendering engine. Kind of cool. 16 million colors in PuTTY, inside of PuTTY. Okay. So what else can you do with it? All right. So then public colors.h. So this thing's pretty well documented. You can find out how big the screen is. That's something that you were asking about last time, which was the structured bindings of C++17. That is going to get the current size of the terminal and put it into two variables, one named rows, one named columns. So we see out red, see out rows, calls. And so it's going to tell you how big the screen is. And then if you shrink it in size, like this, and run it again, it updates. You can call it as many times as you want, and it'll always tell you what the current rows and columns is on the screen. Was wondering, does that work in other terminals besides PuTTY? No, they have to have support for 24-bit color. If they don't have 24-bit color support, it will not work. This will work for the red and the green and the reset. That works. That's standard since the 70s or 80s. But the modern 24-bit color thing is not widely adopted, which is why curses, which is the incurses, which is what most people use to do colors and raw mode input and stuff like that, they don't support it. Okay, so getting the terminal size, pretty useful. Clearing the screen is pretty useful. Just clears the screen. You can move the cursor. So you can move the cursor to any spot on the screen. So for example, if I do name.cc, if I were to move cursor to 2020, then it goes down 20, right 20, and prints there. So you can print things at different locations on the screen. And if you don't do it again, then it just keeps going from wherever it was. Or, it'll just, as you print, it just goes to the right, you hit inline, it goes down to the bottom and left. So that's useful, very useful stuff. You can use that to make GUIs or TUIs, they're called, text user interfaces. You can draw things on the screen and stuff. Colors, I've gone over the colors. These are the baked-in colors. Terminal size, show cursor, yeah, that's useful too. So for example, we could show cursor to be false. And if you do that, the cursor is the green block you see on the screen there. When you do that, the cursor vanishes. So make sure you turn it back on before the end. Right? So turn that off, because otherwise you'll see the green block flickering around the screen when you do stuff. Mouse mode is pretty cool. I want to show you the raw mode first. So this is something that I wanted to do since the 90s. I've been trying to figure out how to get an arrow key in C++. And you think that would not be hard. Like, how do you detect if the up arrow key is pressed? Because I want to make a game and I just want to have a thing, So yeah, let's make a little game. Let's make a game. So while true, we're going to clear the screen. It's going to flicker, whatever, I don't care. Clear the screen, and then we are going to set raw mode to be true so we can read arrow keys. Yay, that's nice. Clear screen. We're going to have... Actually, let's not clear the screen. It'll be more fun that way. So we're going to grab the rows and columns. So our starting row is going to be the middle of the screen. So we're going to start in the middle of the screen. So it's going to be rows divided by 2. And our current column is going to be columns divided by 2. I should do bounds checking, but I'm not. So I got 10 minutes before my next meeting. Let me just finish this off, because I do kind of like this. Let's see. Turn off my alarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like a nuclear launch code. There we go. Off. Okay. So let's do this. Let's have you guys ever seen an Etch-a-Sketch before? Where you can like turn the knobs and the thing leaves like a line on the screen? Let's just do that. Let's do that in C++, which is not something that's normally possible. You have to use incurses for that. and in curses is not bad. I don't dislike it, but it's way too complicated. So we're going to start off with our cursor in the middle of the screen. I'm going to leave the cursor off, I guess. I'll turn off the cursor. Okay. And then I'll put it back on before I quit. And also like reset the colors before I quit as well. So what I want to do is read an Q to quit. Okay. So there is set raw mode, and that will allow you to grab arrow keys and F keys and things like that you normally can't. And then there is this bad boy here called quick read. Quick read will read a character if read a keystroke. If nothing's held down, it returns error. Nothing was read, which is the same as in curses, which is why I said it that way. But there's all these things here now that you can read, like the home key and the page up and page down and F keys and mouse wheels. You can get mouse wheel events. What? Yeah, you can. That's kind of cool. But all I care about are the arrow keys, which you can either be arrow up or up arrow. Either way will work. So then main.cc. Okay, so we are going to do int equals quick read. So we're going to read a key from the keyboard. If ch equals single quote q, we're going to break. Quit. All right, cool. Did we clear the screen at the beginning? No, we probably should have. Clear screen. We'll clear the screen at the beginning. And we should probably move the cursor there too. All right, okay. So move cursor to row call, and let's see out just like a space, and we'll set the foreground color to be black, and we'll set the background color to be white, and we'll just draw spaces, and then that's going to draw a little white. What the hell is that? G++ main.cc. Run. Ooh, it's all white. Cool. Background color is white. Do that backwards. There. I hit Q, quits. So, alright, so if we typed in up arrow, then we are going to say, so row minus minus. If ch is equal to down arrow, then row is going to increase because the top left corner is 0, right? Okay, so if ch is equal to left arrow, up, down, left arrow, not auto-completing, whatever. Left arrow is going to put us back a column. Again, I should be bounds checking, but I'm not. If ch is equal to right arrow, no, not ch, call plus plus. Okay, and then I'm just going to move the cursor to row call, and I'm going to I'll put a space. Can set BG color taking color parameters? No, those are orthogonal systems. You just what am I forgetting here? What am I forgetting? What's going on? Why is it mad at me? Why are you mad at me? Oh, it's end line. Thank you. Okay. And now up, down, left, right, and I got an working etch a sketch. Quit, and we're done. That's it for class today, guys. And you can make a maze runner game, yeah, or snake or something like that. That's as simple as it is. And so what my goal was to just have the basic tools that you need to make basic games. And Curses does a lot more, and it's frankly better, for what it does than what I do. But a lot of times, all I want to do is move the cursor to a spot, set the color, draw something, get a character read. Ncurses requires you to link in a library, and it's way more heavyweight than I want to mess with. I want to be able to write code like this. So I made the header file for it. It's something I've been wanting to do since the 90s, and I finally was like, look, you're a computer science professor now. Get off your ass. Do it. And I'm like, all right. Subconscious. I'll do it. And I did it. So, works out pretty well, too. Will this work in VSC? It will work. No, probably not. It's because of the terminal codes involved. The terminal codes, you have to have a terminal that will understand 24-bit color, at least for this. If you these require 24-bit color capable terminals. This stuff here with the greens and the reds should work in most VT100 capable terminals. So, not DOS, but if you can get like Kitty or whatever it's called. Kitty? Yeah, Kitty. So you can run your code inside of that on your Windows machine. It'll work fine. Okay. I don't know if VS's terminal is capable of processing VT100 escape codes. You can try running it. The worst that'll happen is you get garbage on the screen. But yeah, compile it and then run it inside of a terminal, like Kitty or something like that, and it should be able to parse it. Cool. All right, I got a jet. I got a thing at 4. So thanks everybody for coming out, hanging out, and your assignment is Ronin 2, due on Tuesday. All right, peace out. I say Shift-ZZ out of the terminal. See ya.